Action. Go.
Hello, Patrick. How are you doing today?
Very good. Ekhoe, how are you doing?
I'm great. I'm great. We're just, patching in or patching through, especially with the winter months. How are you dealing with it?
You know what? It's cold. It's cold. But my wife did something recently. She bought me a new winter jacket, and
Oh
it's
wow.
so warm. So,
Oh wow.
so I think that now I'm ready for winter. Bring it on.
Oh great. Good to hear. Now, you see, that's an aspect of dealing with the winter months that you just talked about. Having the right clothes, to be able to
Mm.
survive and cope with it. Now, I mean, there's a common Norwegian saying that says there is nothing like bad weathers. It's only bad dressings or clothings. That's what you see. In other
Very
words,
true.
you can actually live and cope with every weather. It all depends on how prepared that you could be. But again, I mean, it's a good, like I said, this is an aspect having the correct or the right clothes to deal with the weather. But I mean, it's actually what I would like to start with. I mean, this whole conversation for today.
Mm.
Uh, I mean, we are living in a world where we have people have lots of mental health issues, right? That's our reality. And also, unfortunately, the winter months have also, been tagged along in line with all of these. I mean, with mental health issues. So, what in any way do you think AI can actually help with mental health? Particularly, there's a particular mental health issue called the seasonal affective disorder. Now, how can AI help with seasonal affective disorder? SAD. You can even imagine the acronym SAD, SAD. So, so it's actually in tandem with the full. The full words and also the meaning as well. So please let's just touch on this briefly before we go into the main details for today.
Yeah, no, that's a great point, Ehoy. And maybe for some of our listeners, I can start off by explaining what does SAD stand for. I mean, seasonal affective disorder. It's a type of seasonal mood change that usually happens in the fall and winter, especially with the fact that there's less daylight. It's when someone notices that their energy is dropping a lot in winter. They
Hmm.
feel more down or sluggish. They have trouble focusing in winter. They lose interest in things they usually enjoy. They sleep more
Oh.
or they feel tired all day. And it happens a lot because of things like you have less sunlight. You have which affects your brain's mood regulation. You have shorter days. You can throw off your sleep cycles. Lower vitamin D levels during winter, and changes in body rhythm that affect motivation and energy
Hmm.
for that individual. And you find that for teens, for teenagers, it's more common in places with long winters like Canada,
Yeah, sadly so.
at least who spend most of their days indoors, and people whose mood react based on light. So, how can AI help? Two categories or three categories. One is for mood tracking and pattern recognition or pattern spotting. AI can help you track sleep, mood, energy, and motivation. AI apps can notice patterns like, I feel worse on days I sleep less, or when it's cloudy, my energy drops. And AI apps can also suggest small adjustments based on your habits, like, hey, getting light earlier in the day.
Hmm.
The other thing that AI can help you is light exposure reminders. Since most SAD are often linked to not getting enough daylight, AI can remind you to get outside for 5 to 10 minutes. Someone like me
Hmm.
that spends most of my times indoors working remotely, that would be a
Hmm.
good reminder to go out
Very well. Yeah.
for 5 to 10 minutes. AI can also suggest the best time of the day when the sun is out and help you schedule consistent routines. Almost like having a coach that helps you to know when to go out. Now, AI can also, the third aspect is daily habits. Like I said, a coach that can coach you through small things that make a big difference, like keeping a regular sleep schedule, staying
Hmm.
active in simple ways, short walks, stretching, managing school stress during low energy months, and of course, support you with information, relevant information. Now, AI is not replacing your doctor. If you need to get medical help, please
For
get
sure.
medical help. But
For
AI can
real.
support you during these seasonal effects.
Thank you very much, Mr. Patrick. And then again, just to recap that, AI can actually play a supportive role in dealing with sorry, seasonal affective disorder that comes with the winter months. So again, like Mr. Patrick actually rightly mentioned, it doesn't replace the support of a medical professional. And of course, if it gets to that, please consult a professional as regards all of that. Thank you. And with that, I just want to say good evening, viewers, and welcome to the Informanos AI Weekly Analysis, the podcast where we talk about everything AI, what's happening now, and what is coming, and what it means for all of us. And again, of course, I've mentioned the big name already in the AI world, Patrick, who is here as always, to do justice to these topics that we'll be, handling today. And I'm your usual host, the AI enthusiast, Ekhoe. Thank you so much for joining us today. And again, for today's episode, we're just going to tie up the discussion around the generative AI. Believe me, we have a lot we need to talk about as regards AI. There's a whole lot to actually discuss as regards AI. And we're just going to use this particular episode to tie up every loose end, deal really in depth with every question that might be, that might be around generative AI. And that's what we're going to do with this episode. So it's going to be exhaustive. It might be that some of the questions might be repetitive. Please bear with us because we're just going to, like go back and try to see how we can tie every loose end as regards the concept of generative AI. Thank you very much once again, and sit back, relax, and enjoy this particular episode. Now, the first topic we're going to be talking about today, Patrick, is follow-ups on the future. Now, most people argue about whether AI will replace humans, right? What do you think that conversation, particularly? We've always talked about um, this particular subject. I know you've dealt with it decisively before, that AI is not actually meant to replace humans, it's supposed to play an assistive role. But again, I want you to just there are aspects to this that I believe the conversation is actually missing. And that's actually the parts I really want you to talk about. So please, what do you think that this conversation is actually getting wrong about AI replacing humans? Thank you.
Yeah, I think the there is a right and wrong aspect of looking at this conversation. Um, and again, the question is who determines or who decides what's right and wrong. But I'm going to provide my perspective. And the way I see it is not AI replacing humans, it's AI doing the things that are tedious. It's AI freeing us up to focus on more value add problems. That's the way I see it. I give an example. I'm an entrepreneur, by God's grace, and I'm the president and chief AI officer for at Informanos. We have a small team. With AI, I'm able to achieve so many things in a week. In short, I believe that AI is saving me about 20 to 30 hours every week. And
Mm,
that's leveraging artificial intelligence. If I did not have those tools at the tip of my fingers, I'll either have to hire a lot of people to help me with those things or do it myself. Now,
mm,
what that means is it will be the cost to run my business, the cost of operations to be a lot more higher, which would mean that either we do not, either we decide to fold the company, or we decide to do other things, or I will not have time that I need to focus on more value add stuff.
mm,
So think about the fact that AI is giving me, this is my estimate, is giving me back 20 to 30 hours every single week of my time. Not only is AI giving me back 20 to 30 hours, AI is actually helping me to achieve my sales targets. I've been able
mm,
to close some deals, to get one or two contracts, or um, because I mean 2 or 3 contracts that come to mind right now that we closed because of AI virtual assistants, making it easy for us to turn around things and meet the needs of the customer. And so, really, AI is there to help support the human, to augment what we do, not really to replace us. Having said that, I also have to say that there are certain jobs, there are certain tasks, okay, so that AI can do better and faster than humans. Okay,
mm,
and so it makes sense for AI to do those tasks. It makes sense for AI to do those jobs. And so I look at it from a task replacement perspective, not from a human replacement perspective. So there are certain tasks that AI can do faster, AI can do quicker, AI can synthesize a lot faster than humans. And so that's where we need to leverage AI more, so that the thing that AI can do faster and better, it does it for us, and then frees us up to achieve or focus on other things.
Sorry, Patrick, just take a little pause there because you made mention of the fact that it's more of task help, task, helping with your task load or workload. Now, some people will argue that these tasks are hitherto handled by humans, right? There are humans that handle these tasks, and it might just be like you're just trying to sound politically correct by saying, no, it's not. The humans are not going to be replaced, but the tasks are going to be replaced. But what happens to the humans handling these tasks, basically, hitherto before now?
So I give you an example. Before the advent of cars, think about how we used to move around before we had cars.
Hmm.
If you went to travel from, let's say, from Toronto to Montreal, you may have to go on a camel. So you have to either buy a camel or buy
Hmm.
a horse, or
Hmm.
find someone that has a camel or a horse, and the
Hitchhike.
person will drive you or hitchhike, you
Yeah.
know. And then cars came on the scene. The question is, what happened to the folks who owned the horses, who were hitchhiking? What happened to them?
Mm.
Well, one or two things can happen. We can teach them how to drive cars and become taxi drivers if they
That's it.
if they like to move people around.
Hmm.
Rather than moving people around with horses, now they are moving you around in cars. And for
I've
the
heard.
folks who used to rent horses, we can help them understand, hey, you can rent cars, you can lease out cars, you can have a car rental company.
Hmm.
And so you find that, like I said, it's technology. AI, at the end of the day, AI is a technology. And what we've seen over years and decades and centuries is what technology does is it replaces tasks and frees a human up to
Hmm.
do other things or to do things better. Now, the human has a decision to make. Uh, okay, the human has a decision to make. Do I sulk because AI or technology is doing what I used to do better, or do
Hmm.
I expose myself to retraining so I can see how I can do something different, do something more value add, and leverage the technology to again do things better. So, will roles change? Absolutely. Will the type of task that humans do change? Absolutely. But it's really about task replacement and less about human replacement. But if as humans, if we are married to the task, that's where the problem is. I had there's one actor, one of the actors I admire, uh, the guy that acted Iron Man,
Hmm.
what's his name again? Robert Downey Jr.
Okay.
He made a statement. He made a statement. He said, after acting, and I'm paraphrasing because I've forgotten some things he said, but
Hmm.
I'm going to paraphrase. More like after acting, he has to go through this process where he removes himself from the role. He said, I am not my role, I am me.
Mm.
And that's very powerful. And so he cannot walk around in the world
In the
thinking
costume.
he is Iron Man.
Yeah.
Okay? He played a role as Iron Man.
Yeah.
He is not Iron Man. And so I've seen people, Ekhoe, I've had the opportunity to work in different industries across the world, different continents of the world.
Hmm.
And I've seen some people who are married to their roles.
Hmm.
They take on the identity of the task they do. And don't get me wrong, it's not a bad thing to be passionate about your work, but we cannot afford, and I know I may not be politically correct here, we cannot
Hmm.
afford to be emotionally attached to the task we do and
Hmm.
allow that task to become our identity.
Hmm.
Because when that happens, if we need to change task, move roles, modify what we do, then we start fighting
Hmm.
because our identity is now associated with that task that we do.
Very well. I mean, speaking of which, for people taking on the identity of their jobs or of their role or whatever it is or their work, again, that's why the whole ethics of work-life balance is being preached. There should be a balance between your work and your life. It also helps with your mental health, and it actually helps to put you in that position where you can actually deliver your best at what you do. So that's just by the way, and thank you very much. I mean, again, you actually nailed it, especially with the aspect of people like again. In summary, or just to do a recap of what you try to explain to our viewers, now, don't see AI as coming to take your role. No, I think emphasis or your concern should be how do you upskill yourself in line with AI to actually make you more relevant in your role, in your organization, or whatever it is that you do. So that's actually what Patrick was actually trying to explain. Thank you very much. So, again, now, my next question is going to be this. What breakthrough do you think is coming next? Now, just before you go into that, I just want to mention a subject that is already being discussed, in the tech world, which is super artificial intelligence, right? We are still dealing with artificial intelligence, and then there's this conversation around the super artificial intelligence. Now, that's just by the wayside, just in case you would like to tie that into your conversation or analysis of this particular question or answering this particular question. Now, what breakthrough do you think is coming next?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Um, I think one of the areas I'm very excited about when it comes to breakthrough with AI is medicine.
Mm,
Is medicine. Um, I feel very excited. I mean, if you think about how, when you think about how medicinal breakthroughs work, you know, it's really experiments. You're doing experiments. You're combining. You're saying, okay, if I combine this chemical and this chemical in this way, does it give? What does it give me? When I apply it to a human tissue, what
mm,
happens? And so think about the fact that we need to have humans who think through the different combinations. I mean, now you can have AI do all of those permutations faster than how humans can do it. And so I really think that in the next decade, we're going to see a lot of medical breakthrough that will save lives, that will help us to live longer and better lives because of AI. For me, that is so fascinating, and that's one of the things I'm looking forward to. The second
mm,
breakthrough I'm looking forward to, and I think is coming, is in the area of education and learning.
mm,
I believe that in the future we're going to have, personalized uh, AI applications that help us to learn. Where you go to school, you're in a 3-year program. From the first day you enter school, you have an AI application. Let's say Bob. Bob is your personal AI from your first day of school to when you graduate.
mm,
Bob works with you. Bob knows how you learn. When you go to class and come back, Bob breaks it down for you, teaches you, reteaches you, gives you practice, knows your grades, helps you to map out a strategy to learn and to do better, knows how you're feeling. Like Bob is that personal tutor from the day you enter university to when you leave, even in high school, that makes your overall learning experience fantastic and customized to how you learn and what you enjoy learning. That's your Bob or that's your Susie AI. and that I see
mm,
that coming. The other area of breakthrough I see is in physical AI. And a lot of work have been happening there. Think of a scenario where I wake up in the morning and my AI comes and, hey Patrick, good morning, and then, you know what, can you help me? I feel like eating pounded yam today. Can you take the car, go to the mall and go buy some stuff and come back and make some nice pounded yam with a goosey and ogbono soup mixed together. And don't forget to buy some more and this and this and this. And while you're at it, please clean up the house, and just make sure things are okay. Then I can go back, I can rest, I can go to the gym, I can keep focusing on work.
mm, mm,
That's the third breakthrough I'm seeing
mm.
and that I'm looking for. Of course, there'll be other breakthrough too, like AI being integrated into everything that we do. Think about, you open your laptop and the AI say, "Hey, welcome, Ekhoe. I see that you haven't used your laptop in the past 5 hours, and I see and tells you what you're missing or what work needs to be done, helps you to plan the rest of your day. All of that coming down the pipeline. But like I say, the biggest and greatest one I'm looking forward is the medical breakthroughs.
Yeah, I mean, we see a lot of all of these. I mean, if you go online, you see a lot of these releases as per medical breakthrough in the areas of cancer and all of that that AI is already helping with. And again, it's one area I believe the whole world is actually, I mean, happy about or like enthusiastic about to see how AI can actually help us as regards health, because health they say is wealth. So again, it's really, really a great contribution of AI to our world. Thank you very much. Now, I made mention of artificial superintelligence, ASI. What do you think about it? That the concept of artificial superintelligence and then the artificial intelligence that we have now. What's your, I mean, opinion about it?
Absolutely, I can speak to that. I mean, if you think about AI, artificial intelligence, in the broadest term, AI refers to any computer system that can perform tasks that normally require human intelligence. The next level is what is called artificial general intelligence (AGI), which doesn't exist yet. And most AI today is narrow. That means that it
Mm,
can do one thing well, not everything. You
everything.
know,
Yeah.
when you think about AGI, it's an AI system that can understand, learn, and apply knowledge across any task a human can do. It will be able to switch between tasks, from math to social skills to coding to cooking, with real understanding. And so, if you think of AI as a specialist, then AGI is a human level generalist. Now, super
Mm,
AI, super intelligence, or artificial or ASI, this is
mhm,
beyond human level. So super
mm,
AI, talking about an intelligence that is smarter than the best humans in
mm.
every area, including creativity, strategy, science, and social skills. I mean, an example if you look at, let me think of an example. Have you watched the Avengers movie?
In parts, yeah,
Okay,
just in parts, not
so
concentrated fully on it.
So an example in Avengers movie, you have Jarvis. It's an example from Iron Man, or Vision from Iron Man. Those are super, AI or super intelligent applications that smarter than the best humans in every single area.
Mm. Thank you. All right, great. Now, I know we talked about this. Like I said, we're going to be going back and forth just to make sure that we deal, real good with this generative topic. Since this is going to be the last we'll be talking about it, even though it's going to be part of broader conversations that we'll be having on this program. Now, if you had to make one bold prediction about AI in the next 5 years, I know you mentioned the fact that you're looking at AI in the medical field, education, physical, and all of that. But these are all, I don't want to use the word speculative, but I think that's the best word I can use for now. But
Mm.
a bold prediction would be what you are setting about, that you know for sure, 100%. Like in the next
Mm.
5 years, what would be your bold prediction about AI in the next 5 years? Yeah.
That's a good one. In the next 5 years, bold prediction of AI next 5 years will be integration. Integration into everything that we use.
Hmm.
AI that would you wake up in the morning to tell you what your day will look like. How to plan your day. You're a student, to check your work, help you study, explain everything in your own style, handle everything, writing, planning. It will become voice first. Talking to AI. You wake up, you say, "Hey, good morning." You have a name for your AI. In the next 5 years,
Hmm.
that's my boldest prediction: is the integration of AI into everything that we do. And just like you're talking to me like this, you have an AI. You may call it Ekhoe,
Hmm.
Patrick Ekhoe, and it could even fine tune it to have your voice, and yeah, it's your personal assistant.
Oh wow.
So think of having a personal assistant that can do anything. Next five
All right.
years, that will happen.
So just like Open AI is having Chat GPT, Google is having Gemini and all of that, so I can also have mine, and it would be real good to name it Ahoy. That's
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
my. I'll personalize it.
I mean, it's like recently, recently I was so we got a new car, and I have it linked to my phone, and today my daughter was coming back from basketball, and I said, "Hey, I want to start the car." She's like, "Well, hey, wait, how will you start the car?" I'm like, "My phone." So you mean you can start the car with your phone? I said, "Yeah." So I started the car with my phone before I got there,
Oh
and I
wow.
remember yesterday my wife went to the mall, and I could see that when she got out, she didn't close the door properly. you know, and I know when she locked the car, so I can monitor the things about the car, the health of the car, through my phone. I can know if the doors are open, if they are closed. I can start the
Hmm.
car. I can do a lot of things with my phone, without even going near the car. And so think
Wow.
about that for you, where you're able to do anything. Now, right now with the car, I have to type or have to press certain buttons, but think about being able to speak to it. Say,
Hmm.
start the car for me for 5 minutes. I'll be there in 5 minutes. Or hey, can you tell me if all the doors are locked? Can you lock all the doors? Oh, I see my wife is at the mall. Can you please just remind her that she needs to be home within the next 5 minutes or 10 minutes because we have an appointment with the doctor. So that's a voice recognition. And so think about being able
Hmm.
to do that for every personal need you have. I believe
Wow.
that's going to happen in the next 5 years.
Wow, wow, wow. That's great. I mean, just looking at it or thinking about it, it's more of making technology more personable, the
Yeah, yeah.
personification of technology, which is really good. And I hear some kind of gist around that. I don't know how true it is that Bill Gates is actually saying that the future of mobile telecommunication is going to be doing away with the handheld devices like the mobile phones that we have now. And then we're going to be having chips implanted in humans. Now, that's actually what we see out there on the internet when we try to surf around for information. Now, how true this is, because there's a whole lot going on in the internet today. That day I saw that it was said that Elon Musk was coming up with a Tesla phone, and I did the research on it. Somebody was actually sharing it via WhatsApp, and I did the research on it and found out that it was just a hoax. It wasn't something that was, it wasn't a valid information. So, I mean, there's a whole lot of information out there, and I believe it's very important that we also don't just run with whatever comes our way. We should
I
also
agree.
try to do some research on all of these and try to see try to obtain the truth. A
Very true.
single truth source is very, very important with
Very
all of
true.
these information. Yeah, thank you very much with all of that. And now, my last question, as per the follow-ups on the future that attack this particular segment, is what's one thing people worry too much about, and one thing they don't worry enough about?
Uh, for me, one thing people worry too much about is AI replacing them.
True, I agree.
And one thing they don't worry enough about is how do I get myself ready?
Hmm.
People worry about, oh my goodness, AI is going to replace me. Oh, my company is doing some things about AI. Are they trying to replace me? You know, oh, AI, oh, the ethics and private. And again, these are great conversations.
Hmm.
But I always talk about what can you control and what can you not control. You cannot control what your company does with AI when it comes to implementation. Now,
Hmm.
some people who are senior level, yes, you can influence it to some point, but a lot of that is not within your control. You can control how ready you are for the future. You
Mm.
can control your learning. You can control your practice. You can control your time. You can control your priorities.
Mm.
I remember when I started in the bank, when I started my career in the bank in 2003, we went through training, and that was the first time I heard about a guy called Jim Rohn. Um,
Mm,
and
yeah.
and I watched in the video I watched. He said something. He said, I think someone told him this. He said, "Work more on yourself than you
Mm.
do on your job.
Yeah, that's it. I saw that. Jim Rohn, yeah. I follow him
Work
too. Yeah.
more, work more on yourself than you do on your job."
Yeah.
Now again, and so I think the challenge out there that people should be worrying about is how can I work more on myself when it comes to AI literacy, analytic literacy,
Mm.
practicing, doing stuff, testing stuff. I mean, we live in an era where you can launch a company and not need too many people to help you with that company. You can leverage AI agents or virtual
True.
agents. You can
True.
have a full-time job and have a side gig. So
True.
instead of spending 5 hours every day watching, Housewives of LA, watching videos, or
I
watching,
mean,
TV show. I mean, four of those 5 hours, if you just start learning about AI, building stuff, just 4 hours every day, learning, building, 4 hours every day, weekend, make it 6 hours every day. I mean, if you're single, my goodness, that can be 6 hours
mm,
every day. You do that for
mm,
1 year. After 1 year, you will not be the same person.
very well. True.
And
True.
so
Very true.
we should be worrying about how do I change my priorities? How do I restructure my life so I can create time for me to grow in this area? Growth has to be intentional. Growth has to be daily. I mean, I always tell my son, I mean, think of if you have two people, one person have been practicing basketball every day for 5 months, every day they practice, and then one person just wakes up, oh my goodness, I have a game next tomorrow, and then they go and practice for 24 hours.
Mm,
And the guy who's been practicing every day, the day before the game, just practice 1 hour and goes and sleeps. Who will play better?
mm. Of course, practice the same makes perfect.
The guy who's been doing it for months,
Of
and the
course.
guy who did 24 hours crash course.
Of course.
Same
You
thing with
know,
AI.
in biology, there's a law of use and disuse, and it simply means whatever it is that you work on or you practice over time becomes part of you, and it grows, and you become better at it. Again, if we, I mean, there's a whole lot that we can actually talk about this, but of course, I think you've actually dealt with it enough for now, and thank you very much. Now, the next segment that we're just going to round off with for today is going to be follow-ups on personal insights. I know Mr. Patrick would understand why we are taking time today because we really want to deal out and just tie up every loose end like I mentioned earlier as regards this generative AI topic, and also we've not actually posted I think for a week or two now, and we really want to give you a full dossier of everything that we've actually stored for you. So please, I mean, sit tight still. It's going to be, I mean, it's an interesting conversation already, and we're still going to be, we're going to add some flesh to all of this as we continue. Now, what originally, like I said, this is going to be on a personal, somewhat personal insights. What originally sparked your interest in AI? What's
Yeah,
original?
that's a great question. I think in some way, my background. I mean, I'm a trained engineer, and did a master's in engineering. Ended up working in a company where I was helping them with data and analytics. And so somehow my background has been influencing me. But then when I began to read more about AI and study more about it, and then I saw how it was impacting the medical field. I'm like, wow. I remember reading an article about many years ago, 2016, 2017, most likely, saying that AI was able to detect cancer or cancerous cells better than, medical practitioners. I'm like, wow. And so I just saw that, man, that there's a lot of things AI can help
Mm,
us do, and that AI can play a role in helping us live better lives. And back then I was thinking about, what do I mean, I remember Then I was about to resign. I just resigned from my company. I wasn't working for 2 or 3 months,
Oh
and
wow.
thinking about the future and how to position myself for
Mm.
2072. At the same time, I was helping a colleague to launch an analytics program. So just thinking about my life, and that was when I decided to pivot and really refocus my career, refocus my life around AI and around leadership, and that's been my journey.
Oh wow, beautiful to learn about this aspect of you. I mean, events of life basically helped you to take this particular decision to focus on this field. Thank you. And has generative AI ever surprised you with something it created?
Yeah, I think you know what? Yes, it has. It has. Um, especially in the area of videos. I mean, these videos they are phenomenal,
Hmm.
phenomenal. And you're able to put in, I mean, through prompting, prompting, put in a text. Say, I want a video that does this and does this. Here's my company logo, and it gives you that, and you see real people.
True.
You're like, wow, wow. So think about just the savings. If you had to put that video, I mean, 7, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, you have to get actors, get a site, pay actors, have them do video,
Hmm.
they act things out, and then you get a musician, you get a production guy, produce music, everything. So you have like a couple of people, 10, 15, 20 people, 30 people, depending on what kind of video you want to produce, involved in all of that stuff.
Hmm.
Today, you only need one person.
Hmm. Hmm.
One person, and you can create a beautiful Hollywood level video production with
Oh
real
wow.
people. Now there's the ethics side of things,
Uh-huh.
the ethics side of things, but the fact that you can even do it today, where you can produce a 1 minute video, 2 minute video with people, with buildings, that it looks so real, people will find it hard to think that you did not bring together actors and a production crew to help you. I can do that in less than an hour.
Before you continue, Patrick, please, because you mentioned talking about this, it sparked this thought in me, which I've always had, and I'm happy I just remembered now to actually throw it at you. Now, these videos are, like you said, 1 minute, 2 minutes. We see a lot even on the internet where you just know, oh, this is AI and all of that. Now, what stops AI from uh, making a full-fledged movie? A fully fledged movie, like an hour,
Nothing,
30 minutes, nothing.
nothing,
Oh, wow.
nothing. And actually, there are a lot of people who are working on that. You know, you're gonna get to a point. And so think about Netflix.
Yeah.
Okay, you go on Netflix, and Netflix knows you like sci-fi movie, and it recommends more of those kind of movies.
Hmm.
You're gonna get to a point in the future where it creates movies that you like. Keyword: create,
Hmm.
not making, not
Yes. Yeah.
create. So as you're watching a movie, it sees your pattern and then it creates a movie.
Oh, boy. Now that's
And
scary.
then you finish watching season one. You see, my yeah, what you are being season one. As I finish season one, it tells you, oh, season two is not available.
Hmm.
It has just created another season for you. And now
So
it can
what?
be an option that you pay for where it's creating movie based on your what you're watching and what you're liking.
Okay. What's the future of actors? In all of
Bro, do you want to be in trouble?
no, let's just leave it to be honest. I've always on my own. I think about all of
so
this.
so
Like,
so so the future of actors, um, I think the great actors will have will license their character, their voice, and their
hmm.
faces.
Oh, I
Um,
see. That's true. I
that
get it.
the
I get
great
it.
the great actors. So the future is you
Hmm.
don't have fewer actors in the field.
Hmm.
You have to be great in the sense that, and then the best way to get into acting in the future is to start to build a social media following.
Hmm.
It used to be that you become an actor, you become good, and then people follow you. So now it's going to be the other way around. You build a social media following, and then you become an actor.
Oh,
And then
wow.
you don't actually act. It just leaves your voice, your face, your
You
mannerism, and the
copyright
AI
all of that.
yes, and the AI will make you act in ways that is great.
Hmm.
Because you have 20 million followers, they want to watch you.
Yes. I agree
So the
with you very well. I agree.
so the concept of acting becomes will change. So the actors will be people that didn't even go to acting school.
Hmm.
We
Hmm.
don't need you. We don't need you to act. AI will make you act.
True.
We just need your voice. We just need your persona. And
Yeah.
because you have a following, we are thinking, my goodness, you have 100 million. For example, you have 100 million followers. If only 10% of your followers buy this movie, we are making money.
I see. So,
So
yeah, wow.
once the movie is created, you tell your followers, check me out on this platform. Check out my newest movie on this platform.
Oh, wow.
So
Well,
I'll give you an example. I
yeah.
was reading something yesterday. I know we are almost out of time.
No, we're
So
not. We're not. I mean, I'm enjoying this. Like I said, we are making up for the time we didn't
yes,
produce. So
yes,
let's just, we're at 40 minutes now. So let's see. I just have like two more questions and we'll wrap
okay,
up. So, but again, we're in a good position.
fantastic. So yesterday I was Lionel Messi. He plays for a club in the U.S. I think it's Miami, Inter Miami.
Inter Miami, yeah.
So before Messi came to join, so yesterday they won the MLS Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Before Messi joined Inter Miami's annual revenue was 41 million.
Mm.
Right after Messi joined them, that was in 2022. Their 2022-2023 annual revenue 41 million. Right now, their annual revenue have jumped to 160 something million.
Yeah. That's the
The
power
Messi
of
effect.
influence.
Not only is Messi influencing Inter Miami's revenues, Messi is
Mm.
also influencing the revenue of every single soccer club in the US.
Oh, yes.
Because they now find that when Inter is coming to play in their stadium, more people show up.
Mm. By extension.
Yes. So can you imagine if you were able to get Messi's face and voice and do a movie around football, a feel-good movie, Christmas movie,
Hmm.
and you make him act in certain ways and tell people, hey, this is Messi.
Hmm. I like this.
Yeah. So that's the
I,
feature. That's the feature of acting.
Yeah, so it's going to be more of the character. Who are you as an actor? You have to
Yes.
build that followership that will
Exactly.
translate into movies that
Yes.
are orchestrated by AI. So that's great.
Yes.
That's great. So again, that speaks to the power of influencing. Like
Yes.
you mentioned, Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo and all of that. There's still that. So again, viewers, you see that you cannot replace humans. Humans are still a very valuable element in all of these interplay. So it's very, very important that we actually take all of these advice that Patrick is giving seriously. I'm going to round off with all of that at the end of this conversation, but let's just move on to the next question quickly. Now, what's something about your own workflow that AI has changed?
Um, I would say one is around. So I'll mention one, and for folks that want to know more, you can reach out to me and I can share more. One is around coding,
Mm,
writing code. So every now and then I get involved in writing codes as we build products. And so now I have AI agents or AI assistants that help me with coding. And so if I run into a problem with a code or something not working, I will copy the code. I'll copy it. Say, hey, what's happening here? What am I missing here? And 9.9 out of 10 times it will tell me exactly what I'm missing, where things are going wrong, and what to do to rectify it.
mm,
And so for me, to think about previously, it was 5 years ago, and I might have had to hire a programmer, one or two programmers to help me out. Now I don't need to. Now, having said that, I have to be careful here. If I'm building complex platforms, I still need programmers to come in and help me. But with a lot of the daily programming stuff I do,
mm.
I just use my AI to help me with coding, and it
Thank
saves me a lot.
you. Great, good to hear. That's a peek into Patrick's work life. At least we now know how he has been leveraging AI with his daily workloads. Thank you very much. And then lastly, now, if you could improve one thing about today's AI models, there's something you could improve. What would that be?
Hmm, that's a great question. Um, that's a great question. Um, and I think this is coming. I think it'd be good to have AI applications that are multimodal in the real sense. In the real, and I
Hmm,
think this is coming in the real sense that I can be talking to the AI and say, hey, let's talk about this. I want to build a new house, in Lagos, Nigeria.
hmm,
I'm looking at this space here. Can you tell me where the best place to build a house? Oh, the best place to build is Ikeja. Okay. Can you come up with an architectural drawing
hmm,
that I can take to the ministry? 3D drawing, architectural, very well drawn. I want a three-story building. Swimming pool here, this here, that there. Come up with a 3D drawing, and then it shows me 3D drawing. I say, okay, you know what? Can you find the best surveyor out there? Connect me with them. I want them to take a look at it and just confirm. Just put their stamp on it if they're okay with it. And so, for me, that's what I'm looking for. The improvement I'm looking for, and I believe it's
hmm.
coming.
All right. I mean, don't you think it's already happening? Because today, if you prompt AI for anything, you see it's actually suggesting to you. If you want, I can do this for you. If you want, I can. You'll be like, oh wow, and it's like
Yeah.
just doing everything for you, suggesting what could be done for you. So don't you think it's already doing that, or you're talking about aspects, or there are aspects you feel it's not already working on as
So
of
to
now?
some extent, to some extent. So again, think about that conversation where I've gone from prompting, getting a text response, Lagos, getting an architectural drawing, connecting to a surveyor. I can then say, okay, wow, my surveyor likes this drawing. He feels it's great. Can you create a video with me inside the video and present this to my board of directors?
Hmm.
So I've moved from different modes. I've moved from text to another output. I moved from text to picture
Hmm.
to connecting to video. So
Hmm.
so so
Oh, okay.
so,
Okay.
I can do that today, but it will take me. It's not seamless.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, that's the word.
It's not seamless. I can do it
Yeah.
today. I have to copy from here, go to here, do
So, oh, I get it.
so I just want
Okay.
to like I'm talking to you like this. I don't talk to it. I just say this is what I want and it's happening.
I get it. So there's still not that handshake yet that
Yes,
will,
it's
like
not
you rightly
seamless.
said, to make it
It's very
seamless.
seamless.
Yeah.
So that's the improvement I'm looking for. I don't want
Hmm.
an easy life. Just
Hmm.
easy. Just
Hmm.
talk to the thing. Okay.
Well, good to hear. Thank you very much, Patrick. And that's it today, viewers. Thank you for staying with us. And again, we want to thank you for, your time to sit down and listen to us. We want to actually appeal to you that you subscribe, like, and share this particular channel, this particular YouTube channel, as it is educative, as you can see. Now, just to do a recap of everything that Patrick has actually said today and what the conversation has always been as regards generative AI is let's not see generative AI as threatening. It's not going to take your job or your role. I think your focus should be more of how do you upskill yourself? How do you build yourself to the point where you're going to take advantage or leverage on AI skills to remain relevant in your role and then to your organization and even to your own? If you're an entrepreneur, it can also help you with your dealings. So again, let's begin to be proactive with AI. As AI is evolving, let's also evolve with it. In that way, we stay relevant. And yeah, on a final note, as we've dealt with generative AI, Patrick, is there anything you want to leave with our viewers as we just round up for today? I can't hear you. I think you're muted.
thank you. Yes, I did. I did miss.
Yeah.
I just want to say, stay hungry, um, keep learning, and stay connected to us.
That's it. Thank you very much. And like I said, stay tuned. We're coming with, in fact, we're just graduating to more topics that are even more interesting that we've actually talked about. Now, what we did with this generative AI was just to open your mind. Baby steps. That's what it is. Baby steps so far, so that you have a grasp of what AI is all about. And that's how we started with the whole generative AI discussion. Stay tuned as we have real good topics that would further help you to decide even career wise on what you would like to work on or what you would like to work with as regards your various aspirations. Thank you once again. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this channel, and stay tuned and stay blessed until next time when we meet again. Thank you very much, Patrick, and have yourself a wonderful evening. Thank you, viewers, as well.
Thank you.
Cheers. Bye.
Yes. Bye.